And now we're back with WrestleMania Night 2.
And Sean had just gotten done eating Fideo.
Fideo,
By the
but
way, folks, if there was a store that sold Fideo, it would be called the Fideo store.
that doesn't
Ba-dum-bum.
that doesn't make any sense. And this is not even that's not even about wrestling.
And you still ate Fideo. I don't even know.
Fideo.
Fideo.
Okay, you got an accent, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. So should we just get to our first match of the night before you start ticking me off?
Yeah, sure, why not?
So WrestleMania Night 2, it's here Sunday in front of a live audiences. So let's begin with our first match of the night, Randy Orton versus The Fiend. So Bruce, what were your thoughts on this?
This match made me angry. This wasn't even a match, period. This was something that you do on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. You don't do this at WrestleMania. Are you kidding me, guys? You're going to tease breaking up Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt now? You couldn't have waited for a TV taping. You couldn't have waited for... This could have been something on Backlash. But you did this on the show of shows. Just... Ugh. I was frustrated with this match. This was not the show to do this. This was not the show to promote any breaking up whatsoever. This wasn't even a match. This match went... You want to know what's sad? I was at WrestleMania 33 when the same two guys were in there, except the only difference was at the WrestleMania that I went to, it was a championship match, and it went the same amount of time, and guess what? They both ended the same way. Bray Wyatt got distracted on something, or when he was doing something, basically Bray Wyatt gets distracted, and Randy Orton hits him with the RKO. 1, 2, 3, that's it. I'm done. I didn't like this match. This match was dumb.
Amen, bro, because I hated this match too. It was very theatrical and entertaining, I'll give it that. And the Fiend was tough at the very beginning. Like, he looked like he was going to beat the shit out of Randy Orton, but the wrong person won by getting Bray Wyatt distracted, as they did with Alexa Bliss, which we don't know what the heck was going on with that whole thing, but they obviously teased on Monday Night Raw that we saw already that, like you said, they're going to break up Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt, which this was not the appropriate time. I don't know why they did that. And also, not just that, you had Bray Wyatt lose after this great build-up with The Fiend coming back. It was creepy. It was good. It was properly set up. And then all you have him do is get buried by Randy Orton at the end of WrestleMania. And I'm like, why? Why? Why?
And the thing is, Bray Wyatt's entrance was awesome.
But did you even notice that the fans were booing?
Who were they booing?
They were booing at the ending.
Oh, yeah. They went crazy with boos. I would have been booing. I'm like, are you serious? This is not the match to do it. I mean, the time or the place. My bad. I'm so frustrated I can't even talk.
And the thing is, this match didn't even last that long. I'm pulling up the results. It's only 5 minutes and 50 seconds long.
You're kidding me.
That's all. Yeah, that's how long this match was.
Dude, the WrestleMania match from at WrestleMania 33 went at least 10 to 15, I want to say. That's sad, dude. And they both ended the same way.
Yeah, well, there's nothing we can do. And it was a great build-up, but a bullshit ending.
Yep.
So what would you give your rating on this match?
2. This wasn't even a match.
Going to be the same way with you. It's going to be a 2. After getting a bad start with night 2 already, we began with our second match of the night with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line as Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defend their titles against the team who won from the first night, Natalya and Tamina. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were able to win and retain their tag team titles by technical submission. So, Bruce, what did you think about this match?
First of all, the wrong women won. Second off, I don't even remember what happened in this match. This match could have been on SmackDown. This match didn't invest me. It was your average TV taping match. And the thing is, Nia and Shayna keep doing the same stuff. It's not unique. They're stale. I'm not invested in these characters. I'm more invested in Tamina than anything else because Tamina has like the most potential out of everybody, and she has a cool look, but I'm not feeling this match. This match was mediocre.
You know what's weird? You literally said that this match was such a blur. I actually forgot that this match what even existed in the first place. And I didn't even know how this match ended because I literally had to pull up saying, "Oh, she won by technical submission." Oh, I was like, "Oh, okay, so that's how she won." But I don't remember any single
It
second.
was a submission?
Yes, it
I thought
was
it
a
was
s
a
I think it was because either Natalya or Tamina, they, like, passed out because I think Shayna Baszler put him in a in her submission move. I don't remember this match, I literally don't care. First off, I didn't care about it, but at the same time, I don't even remember anything. They did not build up the women's tag team championships as good as they should, which heck, even NXT does a better job than they do. Honestly, I shouldn't even keep talking about this match because this match was so bullshit. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. This match was just dumb. Sucked, and you already have two matches bad back to back. So yeah, where are you gonna give this rating on it?
one.
One. Let's just get to the third match of the night. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Bruce, what do you think about this match? Because Kevin Owens was able to pick up the win, but not also that, also give Logan Paul a Stone Cold Stunner. I call it the Stone Cold Stunner because they'll always be Stone Cold.
Ah, what a breath of fresh air. I knew this match was going to be awesome. It's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's 2016 all over again. First of all, I'm going to get this out of the way. Anything with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is automatically going to be a good match because they've known each other for many years. They've traveled together since, I think, 2002. They know each other's wrestling styles. They've wrestled each other so many times. They know each other's styles like the back of their hands. This match was awesome. Anything with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I'm down. It's gonna be a good match. They're never gonna pull a bad match. It's always gonna be good. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be something, maybe not something phenomenal, but just something awesome, period. And they've always managed to pull it and knock it out of the park. And they did it on the grandest stage of them all. If anything, I wish this was a championship match, but oh well. You never know. We might get another one in the future. I hope we do. But I could tell this was kind of a dream match because for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, it's weird because now the roles are switched. Because Sami Zayn has always been the good guy, Kevin Owens has always been the bad guy. Now it's the opposite. Sami Zayn is this delusional guy who thinks everybody's out to get him, who thinks everything's a conspiracy. He sees a little green man who's conspiring against him from being Intercontinental Champion. And Kevin Owens is just like, dude, shut up. You're in reality. I'm going to stun the heck out of you to snap you back into reality. And seeing Kevin Owens, give Logan Paul the stunner was awesome. It was hilarious. It was entertaining. Seeing that crowd reaction for Kevin, seeing him build up the crowd, this match was great.
Anytime when we get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I'm always a sucker to see it. I literally love them every time they're in the ring. It reminds me of the NXT times, but not also that. It can also remind me of the times with Ring of Honor, or you could just say with any other matches in the independent scenes. But if you got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going at it, I'm there. I'm here to watch it. The issue is that when I see this match, it's just that I wish that the build-up could have been better because you know how I've said it once, but I'll always say it again. If there's something that I hate about a build-up when it comes to wrestling matches is when I know who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. Because Sammy, he was just a crazy lunatic, believing conspiracy theories, and Kevin Owens was like, "Hey, I'm gonna slap some sense into you." So that's what happened. Kevin Owens beat him, slapped some sense into him, and that's just it. So we kind of figured he was gonna win anyways, and I just wish that they could have built it in a way to make it seem like, okay, maybe Sammy does got a point.
Understandable.
Maybe there is a reason why Sammy's been losing, and he's worked his ass off to get where he is, but yet he doesn't get the love and respect that he does. So, and Kevin Owens should kind of be his friend to be like, I can understand what you mean, but I can't help but to think like, hey, you're still kind of in La La Land. I just wish that the build up could have been better, but anytime Kevin and Sammy they're in the ring, they always deliver. And also Logan Paul, he sold the stunner for a YouTuber. I'm like, hey, you actually did better than I thought.
Yeah, it was awesome. He literally flipped. I'm
I
like, yo, what? That was amazing.
but I still thought this was a pretty cool match. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Yo, we on the same page. Say it.
Hey. All right, so we're done with that one. We go on to our fourth match of the night, and it's the WWE United States Championship on the line with Matt Riddle. I will never call him Riddle because that is stupid. I'm gonna call him Matt Riddle. So if you want to argue with me in the comment section down below. But
No, 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 no.
it's Matt Riddle.
I don't think anyone would.
No one's gonna argue with me. Okay, good, because it's Matt Riddle. Matt
Yeah,
Riddle.
it's Matt. I'm just gonna call him Matt. Period.
Matt Riddle defends his WWE United States Championship on the line against Sheamus. And Sheamus, shockingly, I did not expect that to happen. He legit beat Matt Riddle and became the new United States champion. So, Bruce, what were your thoughts on this?
First of all, I'm happy for Sheamus because he got a proper WWE moment, and it's kind of sad because the guy who he's known for a while, Drew McIntyre, didn't necessarily get that, even though he won my respect on night one. But he got his butt handed to him on night one. But Sheamus finally got a proper WWE moment, and I'm happy. I was happy for him. I was shocked. I was thinking, like, man, is Sheamus gonna actually win this? I was like, come on, they gotta let Riddle keep it for a little longer. And he pulled out the surprise win, and I was like, okay, yes, let's go. Counter after counter. Matt did a couple of top rope stuff. By the way, that finish where I think, what was Matt doing? Was he doing like a somersault? He was doing something, and Sheamus countered it with a bro kick, and he busted his lip open. That was just awesome. The ending was great. Everything with Riddle and Sheamus was awesome. They clicked. Their in-ring styles clashed perfectly well. Sheamus is more of a brawler. Matt's like a high flyer. And I thought that the in-ring styles clashed really well. I thought it told a really good story. And I'm happy for Sheamus. And this was an awesome match.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sheamus does deserve to at least get another championship in his resume. But the thing is, I feel bad for Matt Riddle because if you did not know, I've looked up some articles and they actually say that Matt Riddle was not supposed to win the United States Championship. They only put it on him because they had no choice because
Ouch.
all their other wrestlers were absent because they were going to put it on Keith Lee, but Keith Lee couldn't. Who knows what happened to Keith Lee? But they just
I
gave
hope
it.
he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. But they gave it to Matt Riddle because they had no other choice. So I'm like, wait a minute. So you're saying Matt Riddle didn't deserve this championship? This guy who's literally talented in the ring, has charisma, and you're saying he doesn't deserve the United States Championship because he earned it just because you guys were forced to? Really?
That's a bunch of booty, basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the way how Bruce tries to make it PG. But I'm just gonna say in realistic terms, that is a bunch of bullshit.
He said it, not me.
I know, and I'm proud of it.
All right.
I mean, I like that Sheamus won the championship, but I'm thinking if you make Matt Riddle lose, does that mean you're burying younger talent? That's just how I see it in that way. But don't get me wrong, Matt Riddle pulled off some pretty good, impressive moves in the ring, and he did give it his all, which I thought there were some pretty cool moments. He had some flips, he had some submission moves, had some pretty good contact, but just that ending though, it's like I still think you buried young talent. But I still think that. But then again, yeah.
You're torn.
Yeah, I'm torn. What are you gonna give this rate?
I'm going to give it an 8.
Well, if I'm gonna judge this as a wrestling match in general, I am also gonna give it an 8 out of 10. But if we judge it like overall type, I'm gonna give it like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. So on to our fifth match of the night. It is a Nigerian drum fight for the WWE Intercontinental Championship as Big E defends his championship against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews was able to pick up the win because of interference and is now crowned the new Intercontinental Champion. So, Bruce, what were your thoughts on this?
I thought it was all right. It was entertaining for what it was. It was a decent match. You know, Big E, was beating the heck. I like the way how it started off with them hitting each other with kendo sticks and just taking it, and then Apollo just bowing out, like a coward and everything. And I like the overall story. I like how like Apollo was trying to hit Big E do the same thing that he did to Big E with the steel steps, and except this time he was on top of the bottom steel steps and he was trying to throw the top ones on top of them and everything, and they brought everything all out with the weapons. It was kind of a car crash of a match, but it was kind of a car crash in a good way. But what did you think?
I thought the match was good, although I did think that the ending was rushed because this match did feel short to me, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
it could have lasted longer. And I pulled up the results. The match only lasted 6 minutes and 50 seconds. I was like, really? It was that quick? So, yeah, I thought the match could have lasted longer, but it was a decent match. So, for the rating, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Okay, so maybe you probably liked it less than I did, but we'll still get to that point.
Yeah.
Our sixth match of the night is the Raw Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. It is a dream match between Rhea Ripley as she goes against the champion Asuka, and Rhea Ripley is able to successfully defeat Asuka and become the new Raw Women's Champion. Bruce, what were your thoughts on this? Because this might be a little challenging.
I really liked this match. This match was awesome. Kudos to Rhea Ripley for getting her big moment, for having her first match on the card, and for able to go toe to toe with Asuka and still manage to pull off a great match that was entertaining, that was very fun to watch, that was very cool to see both of them work, to see their in-ring styles clash, and it was about time. I love Asuka. Do not get me wrong on this, ladies and gentlemen. I love Asuka, but I'll admit her title run, at first it was all right, but it did get kind of boring towards the end in the long while. The way how she won it was cool, but it did get kind of boring, and that's not her fault. That's really due to booking. But now I'm happy. It's like finally somebody came in, kicked the door down, was actually ready for Asuka, and took the women's championship from her in her first ever match on the main roster. And holy moly, this was awesome.
This match it is a dream match. I think I've said it once, but I'll say it again. I love Rhea Ripley. I love Asuka. It looks great on paper, and I would literally pay all the money just to see these two. But that would only work as if Triple H was in charge and not Vince McMahon. The issue is, I thought this match was okay. I found it to be somewhat decent. I thought maybe it's because I'm so used to Rhea Ripley on NXT because I know what she's capable of, and I know that what I saw here on the main roster of WrestleMania is not the same way how I saw Rhea Ripley from NXT. Asuka's title run, it was good at the beginning, but then eventually it became a joke because you literally had no build up for her. She had no worthy opponents to face and defend her title properly because that's not her fault. You said because that's because of bad booking and bad writing, which that's WWE and Vince McMahon's fault. On that, I will always blame them for it. But I already knew Asuka was going to lose the title because they didn't do anything special with Asuka, and I don't think WWE even cares about Asuka's championship because they focus so much on the SmackDown Women's Championship, but they don't focus too much on the Raw.
This could be a nice change of pace, though, because it seems like all eyes are on Rhea now. So I think they're just trying to be like, okay, we've seen this girl in NXT. Let's see what else she can do. So it could be a nice change of pace. You
It
never
could be
know.
a nice change of pace, but most of the time, 99.9% of the time, WWE does not tend to go well with it. So I'm not going to take my odds with that. I know you have,
If there's even a 1% chance that they could make it awesome.
I know you always have that possibility, but me, I have trust issues with main roster WWE. So that is my that is my complaint about it. They made Asuka look weak in the match because Ripley uh, was dominating Asuka. But the thing is, I don't mind if it's
Yeah.
done right. But Asuka's supposed to be a champion. She's supposed to be one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, and yet she didn't look like one. She did not have that fire in her to make it seem like this is our champion. This is the one that can go toe to toe because this should have been a match where it should be even. You cannot know who's gonna win or who's gonna lose, and you think, oh,
Mhm.
there's a possibility she could retain it, or there's a possibility she could lose it. But no, we already knew that was
Mhm.
gonna happen because of bad booking, and I never felt the match was risky. I never felt that the match was like thinking, oh, this could go either ways. But no, I did not feel that. What is your rating on this match?
8.
I'm gonna give it a 7. The final match of the night is our main event. It is a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship as Roman Reigns defends his title against both Edge and Daniel Bryan. Bruce, your thoughts?
So, Sean, you don't like predictability in matches. I know that, but this match was as unpredictable as it got. We all expected, I guess, Mania 2, which I was expecting. I was on board for Daniel Bryan. I was rooting hard for Daniel Bryan. But the fact that this match went in so many different crazy directions, awesomely crazy, by the way, and that the fact that where it got to be okay to the middle of the match, it's like, okay, now I don't know who's going to win. Is it going to be Roman? Is it going to be Edge? Is it going to be Daniel Bryan? Literally, we did not know, and that's what made this match so awesome. It was unpredictable. Edge was putting Daniel Bryan through a table. Flashback to WrestleMania 30 when Batista and Randy Orton did the same thing to him. I legit thought this was going to be like kind of like a beat for beat, recreation of WrestleMania 30, and a couple of spots. It was there was a couple of great callbacks to that match, but for the most part, this was an original match that was well done. It was crazy. They pulled out all the stops, literally everything, including the kitchen sink, and the surprise finish where Edge concertos D-Bry and he's going for Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso, who Edge DDT'd on the steel steps and they thought they got rid of. Jey Uso comes back, he helps his cousin, and then of course Roman stacks both. Is got to be the most awesome ending that I've ever seen to a heel match, especially a heel Roman Reigns. He piles both of them on top of each other and wins the Universal Championship. And the crowd properly is booing Roman Reigns, and it makes sense now because he's a heel. You can't. Roman is now the hottest heel after WrestleMania, and this match was awesome. They knocked it out of the park. It was entertaining. I love this match. This is awesome.
This triple threat match, I did not know what to think about it because I thought it did get complicated when they added Daniel Bryan. The thing was, I thought it was originally just going to be Roman versus Edge because obviously they had Edge win the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan wasn't
Spear
supposed,
versus spear.
yeah,
Yeah.
the spear versus spear, and I didn't expect Daniel Bryan to be in this match. So when I heard that they put him in there, I'm thinking, well, here's my possibility of what's going to happen. They're gonna make Edge win the title, but he's gonna pin Daniel Bryan. That way, it doesn't make Roman look like he got defeated. So they're gonna think there's still gonna be a title opportunity. But I think everyone expected Edge to win. But when Roman retained it, I was shocked. Like I did not
Yeah.
see that coming. But I wish
It was unpredictable.
it was unpredictable. I'll give it that. So
He doesn't want to admit it. He's too salty
I'm
because
not.
it's a main roster match.
Well, I'll tell you this. Roman winning the title was probably best for business because he's still the hottest main heel to go with. And here's the thing: if you put Daniel Bryan over, I think Daniel Bryan wouldn't have worked because he said that he's leaving WWE. And also Edge. Well, Edge doesn't have to win the championship to be popular, but the thing is, it makes Edge look weak now because he is now the first ever WWE wrestler in history to win the Royal Rumble twice and to lose his title opportunity twice. So I was like, Edge does not have a good history with Royal Rumble now, but Roman, he had to win this one because I think had Edge won, you would have put the old talent over, not the new one, so that would have been bad. I know Dan Bryan deserves to be in the title opportunity, but his booking is not earned. I don't think his booking
Right.
is earned to be a Universal Champion.
I
So
agree.
and I think what they could have done better is emphasize on the fact that all three of these wrestlers came from difficulties from recovering. Like
Yeah.
Edge came back from a neck injury. Daniel Bryan came back from a concussion injury. Roman Reigns came back from a leukemia recovery. But yet they didn't emphasize that a
I
lot.
know. I wish that they would have done that. It would have brought more impact to the overall build that they were trying to they were trying to do for this story. It could have used that. That would have, I think, given it that oomph that it needed.
It would have given them that up, but I don't know why they didn't do it. Maybe it's a sensitive topic, but I don't know. I think that would have been the best option in terms of storytelling. But I
Sure.
did like the match. I thought it was pretty cool, and for that, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it. I was actually gonna give it a 9. Also, one thing that I gotta give credit to this match for was Edge and Roman Reigns actually spearing both each other in midair. I always wondered what would happen if two guys tried spearing each other, in real life in a real match, and this match gave me what I wanted.
Anyways,
What?
that was the end of night 2. We are finally done with the WrestleMania podcast. Thank you guys so much.
Two, 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 two. Anyway,
Anyways, before I was interrupted, thank you
yeah,
guys so
you,
much for what?
you can go ahead and talk.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, thank you guys
I'm
so
not,
much.
I'm not cutting you off. Go ahead and talk. Speak your piece.
I'm gonna punch you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe here to the channel for more content. Until then, well, we'll see you for WrestleMania Backlash, which I do not know why it's called that way, but apparently that is. So we'll see you next podcast. So
Actually, it's not WrestleMania Backlash. It's WrestleMania R Backlash, matey.
don't start, Bruce. So, anyways,
Get me back.
bye bye.